One of my favorite verses in the Bible is from Galatians chapter 2 verse 20. It goes, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And the life I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. As we think about Jesus living in us, I feel like just so many Christians, maybe including myself, think of Jesus just being in our hearts, sitting in us, or walking with us, guiding us, and just being there whenever we need him. But I feel like what Paul is saying here is much more than that. The Greek word for live is zao, and that living is much more than just sitting with us or being in our hearts. It's actually living, and the reality of living includes both thinking, feeling, desiring, speaking, acting, and all that we basically do and are in our lives. And I feel like Jesus living in us is like that. So the fact that Jesus lives in us means more than Jesus just sits in our heart or is always there whenever we need him. I think Jesus living in us means that he's doing his life in us, meaning that he thinks, he feels, he desires, he speaks, and he acts. So Jesus living in us would transform our thoughts to be like his thoughts. So we think like Jesus thinks. We feel like Jesus feels. We desire what Jesus desires. We speak what Jesus would speak. We act as Jesus would act. That's what Christ living in us means. It's us being transformed into the life of Jesus. So let Jesus live in you. More than just sit in your heart or just walking with you. Let him do more than that. Let him do life in you.